हेलो फैमिली, वेलकम टू अ न्यू व्लॉग। सो यूजुअली हम लोग कवर करते हैं ट्रैवल व्लॉग्स एंड कुकिंग व्लॉग्स, राइट? तो आपने देखा होगा हम लोग के चैनल पे। बट टुडे आई थॉट ऑफ टचिंग अपॉन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, दैट इज़ कनाडा विजिटर वीज़ा। सो आई सी लॉट ऑफ फेसबुक ग्रुप्स में दिखता है कि बहुत लोग स्ट्रेस्ड आउट हैं, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में भी, ठीक है, कि विजिटर वीज़ा रिजेक्ट हो रहे हैं, अप्रूवल नहीं हो रहा है, बहुत टाइम से स्टक है। सो we were facing that issue like 5 to 6 months back. So I just wanted to share my experience and one important document which everybody should apply along with their application. ठीक है, it will not only make your application strong as well as there will be higher chances, definitely higher chances of approval of your application. ठीक है, may it be for your spouse, son, daughter, or you want to just visit Canada. ठीक है, you must attach that document. ठीक है. So she is finally here after rejection. She was very sad. ठीक है, we are demotivated as a couple because we had a genuine case, right? But still हम लोग का application reject कर दिया. So okay, but we worked through it. We in our second application we gave a document describing our situation, like why should we granted a visa. Okay, so all those things were documented and finally we got approval and she is finally here. So same could be your case. Just make sure you are genuine and do attach this document. Okay, I have shared the format, I have explained everything, so do make sure that you are attaching that in that additional documents section. Okay, that is client information. So without any further ado, okay, I know you are all very nervous regarding your application. Don't be. Comment section में कुछ भी issue हो regarding visitor visa application of Canada, ping me. Okay, we have been through rejections, we have worked through it, and finally we have got the approval. Okay, I know the entire process, I am willing to help you. ठीक है, चलो let's see what was the document and how we documented our case to get approval post a rejection. ठीक है, चलो, see you and do like our video. Okay, and share it among friends who are also struggling with the same. Bye bye. जस्ट आपको दिखाने के लिए ये पहला एप्लीकेशन था जो हम लोग ने May 11th को अप्लाई किया था एंड हियर यू कैन सी June 1 को ही रिजेक्शन आ गया था. सो इट वाज वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट टाइम. सो देखो लिखा ही भी है मैसेज में, वी रिग्रेट टू इन्फॉर्म यू डू नॉट मीट द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया. मेडिकल भी पास हो गया था, ठीक है, फिर उस स्टेज में रिजेक्ट हो गया. सो दिस वाज द फर्स्ट थिंग. नाउ लेट मी शो यू द अप्रूवल डेट्स. एंड फाइनली हम लोग का सेकेंड एप्लीकेशन जिसमें हम लोग ने क्लाइंट इन्फॉर्मेशन वो इम्पोर्टेंट डॉक्यूमेंट डाला था, ठीक है. एंड यू कैन सी हम लोग का ऑलरेडी बायोमेट्रिक्स कंप्लीटेड था, तो यू कैन सी 20 जुलाई में हम लोग ने एप्लीकेशन डाला एंड वी गॉट अ डिसीजन ऑन October 14. ठीक है, एप्लीकेशन वॉज अप्रूव. चेक योर मैसेजेस बिलो. सो चेक आउट द वीडियो. वो डॉक्यूमेंट देखिए कैसे भरना है और कहाँ पे अपलोड करना है. डू दैट अकॉर्डिंगली, ठीक है, यू विल एंड होप फॉर अ पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट. डेफिनेटली विल गेट इट. ठीक है, चलिए लेट्स स्टार्ट. सी यू. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. सो लेट्स नॉट डिले एनी मोर एंड लेट्स रीड द फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ. ओके, सो दिस इज़ द ओपनिंग स्टेटमेंट जो हमको लिखना है. जस्ट रीडिंग इट अलाउड.
To the 27th of June 2022, the Immigration Officer, Canada, sub, letter of explanation for my visitor visa application to unite with my spouse and resume our life together as a family. Dear Officer, thank you for receiving and considering my application for the privilege to visit the national territories of your beautiful country and unite with my husband to resume our life together as a family.
Okay, so this first statement, opening statement, you have to give your date. Okay, so date will be the current date on which you are uploading this document. उसके बाद you have to address the immigration officer Canada. Subject में you have to mention letter of explanation for my visitor visa application to unite with my spouse or with my son, with my daughter. ठीक है, anything, with my uncle, nephew. So whatever reason may there be, so you have to explain that. Okay. And for as I have written for a spouse to resume our life together, for uncle or son you can mention that you are going to stay with your son or you are going to unite with your son, you are going to visit for a marriage function, whatever the reason may be, you have to update that accordingly in that subject line. Then after that you have to give a good opening statement. ठीक है, तो impression बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो opening statement you have to address him like thanks for receiving this application and considering my application to visit your national territories. Okay, so this opening statement, it gives you a viable impression that this is a good person. Okay, so and leads to what you call it's a genuine application. ठीक है, तो the starting should be appropriate. Okay, it should be written in an appropriate manner. So the opening statement is very important here, like I have written it. Okay, so you can make some changes, like I have written unite with my husband. You can mention your husband, daughter, son, whatever you have going to visit family member. Okay, you can mention over there along with this opening statement. Okay, let's move ahead.
Family. My name is ABC. This will be the second time you are affording me with this opportunity. Previous application number. And based on your observations on my previous visitor visa application, I have tried to the best of my abilities to address your concerns by explaining my situation with relevant documentations to grant me a visitor visa to unite with my husband, Mr. XYZ, who is currently on a temporary work assignment in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in the role of technical test lead with SSS Limited, effective April 18, 2022, and resume our life together as a family.
Okay, so in this statement, what we are mentioning is you have to mention your name. I have written a dummy name like ABC, so you mention your name कि हाँ ये मेरा नाम this and this है, and if it is your first time, mention the first time. I had written it for the worst case scenario. ठीक है, if your application is rejected, also you can mention that this will be the second time or third time you are affording me this opportunity, and you can mention your previous application number. Okay, as we did, and based on your observations. ठीक है, whatever rejection observations would be there, right? They have rejected based on some criteria, so you can mention that based on your observations on my previous visa applications, I have tried to the best of my abilities. ठीक है, ये line लिखना है. So I have tried to best of my abilities to address your concerns by explaining the situation and relevant documentation. ठीक है, so do grant me a visa to unite with my husband, daughter, son, whatever is your case. Okay, and mention their name, Mr. or Miss XYZ. ठीक है, just replace the name, who is currently on a temporary work permit. So I have given example of work permit. You can mention if he is on a student visa, I can mention that. Okay, if he is a PR, you can mention that. Okay, if he is a citizen, all the things according to your situation you can modify. ठीक है, modify करना है, and then ये location देना है कि कहाँ पे काम कर रहा है basically. ठीक है, and what post. अगर काम कर रहा है तो क्या काम कर रहा है, which post. अगर student है तो कहाँ student है. ठीक है, क्या पढ़ रहा है और कब से पढ़ रहा है. ठीक है, effective date भी लिखा हुआ है, तो work permit का effective date डाल दिया यहाँ पे, तो you can also give that. And लास्ट में मेंशन करना है कि if you are spouse, then you will obviously go there to live. Okay, ठीक है, तो unite together and live as a family. और son है तो visit करना है for some days, या फिर uncle है तो vacations के लिए जाना है, या फिर किसी का marriage attend करना है, तो you have to mention that. Okay. Now moving forward.
Family. I am my spouse, Mr. XYZ have married recently on the 9th of November 2021, and he had to leave me back in my home country, India, to take up an urgent client work assignment in Canada for SSS Limited, as I did not possess a visa to accompany him at that point of time. We are staying separately from the 17th of April 2022, husband's date of travel to Canada for work assignment. I request you to kindly consider my case and grant me a visitor visa to unite with my spouse, Mr. XYZ, who is staying alone in Canada, and allow us to resume our life together as a family for the period he is working there in Canada.
Okay, so coming to the second paragraph. So second paragraph में मैंने लिखा है कि spouse के लिए लिखा है basically, तो you can modify according to your situation. So explain करना है कि like why you need this visa. Okay, why you are a genuine case. तो यहाँ पे जैसे spouse के लिए लिखा है कि Mr. XYZ, मतलब मैं, ठीक है, खुद को एड्रेस करना है, हैज़ मैरिड रिसेंटली ऑन 9 नवंबर 2021 एंड हैड टू लीव मी बैक होम कंट्री. ठीक है, तो हम लोग ने शादी किया, बट ही हैड टू लीव मी बैक इन माई होम कंट्री बिकॉज आई डेंट हैव ए वीज़ा. ठीक है, इन दैट केस टू मूव टू कैनेडा अलॉन्ग विथ हिम. ओके, एंड देन यू मेंशन दैट you bring a sentimental what angle into it. So you mentioned that we are staying separately from 17th April 2022, that should be the date when like your husband left for Canada or wife, whoever spouse left for Canada. Okay, so you mention a line requesting to consider your case to grant you a visitor visa as your spouse is staying alone in Canada. Okay, so you can mention that. In case of any like family members like son or daughter, you can mention that also, like my son moved to Canada on this date. I've not seen him for so long. Okay, so I wanted to pay a visit to him to check up on him, okay, his well-being, and spend some time together with him. So you can mention that. Or if you have another genuine case like some marriage or something, okay, you can also mention that it is a marriage of your close relatives, you have to attend that. Okay, and after attending you have to assure. Okay, coming to the next line, I'll go to that also. Then you have to assure the visa officer. Okay, here you're pleading your case. Okay, you're mentioning why you need this visa. Next, if you get the visa, you have to assure the visa officer that you will be leaving on the due date, because they are very strict on that. Okay, part. So continuing, let's see what I have written in that case.
Canada, I assure you that I will return to India along with my spouse Mr. XYZ after his deputation in Canada immediately following the date of termination of his deputation.
Okay, so here in case of spouse, I have written like I will accompany my spouse and I will stay there till his end of his work permit, and once it is over, me and my spouse will together be returning. Okay, after termination of his deputation. So this is for spouse with dependent visa. Okay, if you're father or you're going for a marriage, accordingly mention the date, like you're going to meet up with your son or daughter, and after this date you will be returning back to India. Okay, and if you want to show some return tickets also, that will be helpful. You can add those as well, mention those over here, that this is my return ticket. I have attached that below, and you can attach that in this document as well. Okay, just for reference. And if you have marriage, then you can give the marriage card, then your return tickets, all those things you can attach below and mention over here that. Okay, here basically we are assuring that we are going to return back after like whatever task we are gone for as a visitor, like to stay with my husband, accompany him, or pay a visit to my son, to spend some quality time. Okay, or attend a marriage. ठीक है, उसके बाद हम लोग रिटर्न करने वाले हैं. We are not going to overstay. ठीक है, तो this line indicates that. So let's move forward.
Deputation. I have attached all the relevant documents related to proof of funds, invitation letter, my purpose of travel and marriage certificate in the supporting documents section. I have also enclosed a valid Canada temporary work permit of my husband issued by your esteemed organization and a support letter from his employer SSS Limited to grant me a visa for my dependent visitor visa application and allow me with the opportunity to unite with my husband in Canada during his temporary stay for your consideration.
Okay, so this is the closing line. So as we had the opening line where we greeted them and asked them, like thank them, okay, basically for allowing me to come to Canada. Okay, get my application reviewed. So closing statement also we have to mention. So here मैंने क्या stress किया था कि all the relevant documentation उनके नज़र से हट भी जाता है अगर by chance they are missing something. Here in the closing statement I mentioned that I have this document I have uploaded, kindly have a look. ठीक है, so I am stressing on the fact that all the relevant I have all that, this is a genuine case, मेरे पास सब relevant documentation है and you can check that. ठीक है, and consider my case. Okay, don't force them to okay, so don't force them to give a positive result, just request them to consider your temporary stay. Okay, so that is the main thing. यहाँ पे focus वही है. ठीक है, उनको force नहीं करना है कि you approve my application because I have given this document. No, so that will lead to some miscommunication. What you have to do is, the ideal scenario will be this document I have updated, and in a positive manner हमको convey करना है कि just consider those documents. Okay, for my temporary stay. So here I have written that all those documents, ये तो हम लोग को वो supporting document section में attach करना है. Proof of funds, whatever you have, ठीक है, your bank statements, और जो तुमको मतलब वहाँ पे sponsor कर रहा है, your son, spouse, daughter, whoever is calling you for marriage, if he is sponsoring, तो उनका proof of funds, then invitation letter obviously will have to give कि जो कनाडा में है अभी they are inviting you. ठीक है, वो डालना है. Purpose of travel डालना है, और यहाँ पे स्पाउस का केस है तो मैरिज सर्टिफिकेट डाला है. अकॉर्डिंग टू योर केस इट विल वेरी. अगर शादी में जा रहे हो तो मैरिज सर्टिफिकेट डालना है, सॉरी मतलब इनविटेशन लेटर डालना है बेसिकली, नॉट मैरिज सर्टिफिकेट. और फिर पर्सन को मिलने जा रहे हो तो यू हैव टू एस्टैब्लिश ए रिलेशनशिप. ठीक है, अगर सन के पासपोर्ट में इट इज़ मेंशन दैट यू आर हिज फादर, यू कैन अपलोड दैट डॉक्यूमेंट. और ठीक है, बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट कहीं पे भी मेंशन्ड है दैट यू आर हिज फादर एस्टैब्लिशिंग योर रिलेशनशिप, तो वो डॉक्यूमेंट वहाँ पे डाल देना इंस्टेड ऑफ मैरिज सर्टिफिकेट. ठीक है. एंड देन मेरे केस में माई एम्प्लॉयर गेव मी ए लेटर ऑल्सो, सपोर्ट लेटर फॉर डिपेंडेंट वीज़ा एप्लीकेशन, वेयर दे मेंशन दैट this is my employee and he's been deputed to Canada from this date, and he and his spouse have been staying separately from this time. Okay, so this is a genuine case and I request you to, as a support, I request you to grant her the visa, okay, to accompany him. So that there was in my case I got a support letter from my company. So in your case, if it is a employer-employee case, you can get a support letter, well and good. ठीक है. And if it's some other case, ठीक है, जैसे किसी मैरिज अटेंड कर रहे हो तो you can instead of support letter you can give your वो invitation card and return tickets. In case of your in case you are employed and going not yet retired, ठीक है, and you are going to visit your son or daughter, तो उस केस में अपने कंपनी को if they are granting, ठीक है, you can ask for a letter, support letter, that I will go to visit my son to Canada for this date and I will join back to the company. ठीक है. And you can attach some pay slips as well to establish that you are working there. ठीक है. तो ये लास्ट क्लोजिंग स्टेटमेंट में ऐसे डालना है कि ये मैंने डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट किया है, तुम लोग काइंडली उसको चेक करो एंड प्लीज़ कंसिडर माई केस. ओके, डोंट फोर्स देम टू गिव ए पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट, जस्ट आस्क देम ग्रेटफुली टू कंसिडर योर केस. ओके. Now moving to the last line.
Consideration. Yours faithfully. ABC. Passport number. Telephone.
Okay, so last में you have to provide your like you mentioned yours faithfully, and then you provide your name. Okay, then you have to provide your passport number and provide your valid telephone number. Okay, why to provide valid telephone number? So in case sometimes in some cases I have heard that वो लोग कॉल भी करते हैं to establish that is a genuine case. So always do provide a valid number. Okay, ठीक है, and be ready to take a call. And आप लोग genuine document submit कर रहे हैं तो आपको डरने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. You simply answer those questions. ठीक है. And stay positive. Like our case, okay, it was very tricky. We got like disheartened when we got a rejection, but ठीक है, if you are genuine, this like in some cases it gets approved, in some cases depending upon the visa officer it can get rejected. Okay, because you have a lot of applications, ठीक है, to go through, and sometimes they miss some documents. ठीक है, तो this is a very specific document. इसको हमेशा वो client information जो है additional documents, ठीक है, optional documents में है client information, वहाँ पे इसको attach कर देना है. ठीक है, तो पूरा अपना जो कंडीशन है कि क्यों वीज़ा मुझे मिलना चाहिए, क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स मैंने सबमिट किया है, ऑल द डिटेल्स इसमें डालो एंड देन सबमिट. ठीक है. सो बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर ए केस. ठीक है, और कोई भी हेल्प चाहिए तो इन द कमेंट सेक्शन यू कैन मेंशन. ठीक है, आई विल गाइड यू फॉर द थ्रू द वीज़ा एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस फॉर डिपेंडेंट वीज़ा. ठीक है, विजिटर वीज़ा. ठीक है, तो डू लेट मी नो, प्लीज़ गेट इन टच, फील फ्री. ओके, इनबॉक्स मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन, आई विल गेट बैक श्योरली. ठीक है, तो वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को शेयर कीजिए. ओके, सो दैट दे आर ऑल्सो अवेयर अबाउट दिस डॉक्यूमेंट, दिस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डॉक्यूमेंट. ओके, एंड डू सब्सक्राइब फॉर मोर अपडेट्स ऑन सच टॉपिक्स. ठीक है, चलिए, थैंक यू, विश यू ऑल गेट द वीज़ास. बाय बाय.